Jai Sriman Narayan. In the last video, I talked on Ujjamaina hi Siddhanti Karyani, which means that success comes only by doing the work, not by just desiring it. We have understood that we can accomplish any work only by doing. There is no substitute for doing. And without work, there is no survival. Acting on this principle, we have seen how people have become great and achieved success. But on the other hand, we find some people who are unsuccessful and who fail to do any work. When we try to understand why people don't do any work, we find that either they don't start any work or they start the work but leave the work in between without completing it. So from this we understand that any person who is successful in his work is going through all these three phases of work: starting the work, continuing the work, and completing the work. Success comes only after that. Let us see how Bhartruhari analyzed it. The great Sanskrit scholar Bhartruhari has given us a beautiful Subhashita on doing the work with persistence. The sloka goes like this: Prarabhyate kalu vigna bhayena nichai prarabhya vigna vihita viramanti madhyah vignai punah punarapi pratimanyamanaha prarabhya muttama janaha na parityajanti. Bhartruhari made people into three categories based on their doing of the work. People who never start the work because of obstacles, they are in the lowest category. People who start the work but they don't continue and leave the work in between are in the middle category. And people who start the work, continue the work, and complete the work successfully in spite of repeated obstacles, they are in the best category. So here we have to understand that people who continue the work with persistence are in the best category of Bhartruhari. Now, when we try to understand and when we try to apply this sloka to our lives, we find that the most important part of doing the work is making a beginning. This is the first step to success. Once the work is started, it gets going automatically. That's why it is said, once the work is started, it is half done and half of the battle is won. Because when we start the work, we move from inertia to action, which brings a kind of momentum in the work. And thereafter, the work continues with little efforts. Then why people don't start the work? While there are variety of reasons for this, the reason given by Bhartruhari is fear of problems. Yes, it is the fear of problems which come in the way of doing the work, which is the main reason why people don't start the work. But when we closely observe the people who are successful in their works, we find that these people do some homework and equip themselves with the required information and knowledge, and then they enter the field. They also consult some people who did similar work and who are successful. So this preparatory work will enhance their confidence level and it will remove their fear. Now the second reason given by Bhartruhari for failure of people is that people don't continue the work. Yes, normally people discontinue the work because they don't get results in the initial period. Everything appears to be difficult in the beginning. We may fail once or twice. Failing once or twice is not to be taken as failure in the work. For that matter, the most successful people in the world who achieved great success have failed a number of times in the beginning. Any time when we are tempted to discontinue the work, leave the work, we have to put only one question to ourselves: why we have started the work? The answer to this why always inspires us and keeps the work moving. A person who puts his heart into the work and work into his heart, and a person who has a passion for the work, he will always be successful. There is one more thing which we have to understand here. Any person who has efficiency and talent, still he is unsuccessful. It is only because of lack of persistence. Hour after hour, day after day, week after week, we have to assess the work and continue the work with persistence. Success will automatically come to us. Now, whether Bhartruhari tells us that people of high efficiency are in the best category? Certainly not. Bhartruhari tells us that people who start the work, continue the work, and complete the work successfully are in the best category. For that matter, people of high efficiency may not start the work at all. Let us look at the second Subhashita, which gives us a strong motivation on the power of persistence. The sloka goes like this: Gachan pipiliko yati yojananam shatanyapi agachan vainateyaha padamekam na gacchati. There is a mention of two animals in this sloka. Pipilikam, the ant; Vainateyam, the Garuda. We can call Garuda as eagle. This sloka is telling us something about their speed of movement. We all know very well that the eagle can travel 1,000 times faster than the ant. But this sloka is telling us something different, something wonderful. Gachan pipiliko yati yojananam shatanyapi. If the ant starts moving, it can travel hundreds of miles. Agachan vainateyaha padamekam na gacchati. If the eagle doesn't start moving, it will remain there only. This sloka is clearly telling us that your efficiency alone doesn't make you successful unless you do the work and continue the work. This sloka is also telling us that people of low efficiency also can be successful with their doing the work and with their power of persistence. We can take a number of examples for this. If you take the list of students who completed their college about 10-15 years ago and verify how they are settled now, to your surprise you may find that all the best ranking students may not have settled well. And on the other hand, the students who settled well, some of them may be average or mediocre students in the college. So efficiency alone doesn't matter. You take the example of business. A small business unit acquiring 10 to 15 new customers every month may be doing a wonderful business in terms of sales and profit. And a very big business unit doing the same line of business may be a failure and may be in losses. So here also we understand that it is not the efficiency alone which matters. It is the doing the work, continuing the work with persistent efforts that matter more for getting success. So today we have understood two Sanskrit Subhashitas related to doing of the work, more specifically on the power of persistence. The first Subhashita tells us that to be successful in any work, we have to start the work, continue the work, and complete the work. The second Subhashita tells us that your efficiency alone doesn't make you successful unless you do the work and continue the work with persistence. It also tells us that the people of low efficiency also can be more successful in the work with their doing of the work and with their persistence. So, what is required is making relentless efforts to achieve success in any work. Where you cannot fly, at least run. Where you cannot run, at least walk. Where you cannot walk, at least crawl. But always keep on moving forward with your work. This is the mantra for success, and this is the power of persistence. So thank you very much. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Jai Sriman Narayan.